The famous TED conferences have been held in the USA annually since 1984. Historically, this event is an assembly of the world's most prominent experts from different fields who give the talk of their lives about the best ideas in technology, human relationships, self-education, and much more. The Brightside team has decided to share with you the brightest TED performances ever given by women. It's a good bet that these stunning talks will help you better understand yourself and the world you live in. American top model Cameron Russell, who has stomped the runways for Victoria's Secret and Chanel, explains why people shouldn't put appearances in first place. She says that those perfect photos that we see in magazines can be deceptive and admits that honesty takes a huge amount of courage. Arab businesswoman Layla Hatate shares her secrets for building a successful career. She admits that one of the hardest things she has ever had to explain to her daughter is why the Arab world is ruled by men. Layla shares 3 lessons for thriving in the modern world. She argues that every woman should learn to be courageous, be able to combine work and family roles, as well as support other women. Clinical psychologist Meg J explains why your 20s are the most important decade of your life. She calls this time a crucial period and gives 3 pieces of advice for how 20-somethings can reclaim adulthood in the defining decade of their lives. Meg is sure that placing high demands on yourself at this age can determine the rest of your life. She recommends that young people get some identity capital, use their ties, and create their own family. Brazilian photographer Angelica Das speaks about her large-scale project. She's captured portraits of more than 2,500 people across the world to show the beauty and diversity of skin colors ranging from dark chocolate to white porcelain. She also speaks out against discrimination and intolerance. The problem is that we don't teach our girls to take risks. We don't allow them to make their own mistakes, and we give them no freedom to choose their paths in life, says Reshma Sayani, the founder and CEO of the Programming School for Young Women. Reshma says that raising our daughters to be perfect is dangerous. She also supports the idea of equal education for both boys and girls. Musician Amanda Palmer says that there is a huge difference between asking someone to do something for you and forcing them to do it. In this talk, she shares her experience of building a music career that became very successful because she was never afraid to ask for help. Researcher Brené Brown shares her views on relationships between people. She argues that vulnerability is vital for true human connections. According to Brené, we should never be afraid to show our weakness because this is actually what makes us closer and more connected. In order to be happy, we just need to be sincere, give ourselves permission to be happy, and have the courage to be imperfect. Legendary duo Jane Fonda and Lily Tomlin dispel the popular myth that female friendship isn't real. "I exist because I have my women friends," says Fonda. This informal dialogue between 2 women, who have been friends for decades, is really inspiring. Embrace your inner girl, says American playwright and activist Eve Ensler. Her passionate talk at the TED conference is devoted to the topic of female nature. Eve believes that the suppression of femininity is what has led our world to what we have today. So we all need to learn compassion, empathy, vulnerability, openness, passion, and the intuitive perception of the world again. Writer Mandy Len Catron told the New York Times how she had fallen in love with a stranger just after she had asked him 36 personal questions. Ever since, she has been asked the same question over and over again: "Are you still together?" The writer talks about the nature of love and explains the difference between falling in love and staying in love. The famous TED conferences have been held in the USA annually since 1984. Historically, this event is an assembly of the world's most prominent experts from different fields.